Lights out. Lights Out. For some of you who weren't aware, this was actually a short film that kind of made the rounds on Facebook and YouTube maybe about, I don't know, roughly 3-4 years ago. And it was literally only 2.5 minutes long. I never did see it before. I only saw it like the day before I went to go see this film. I'm a filmmaker myself, so from a filmmaker standpoint, it was, I respected it. It was very well put together. They worked with what they have, and it was very creative. Was it scary? No, at least not for me. Probably for others, yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of desensitized to a lot of stuff, so a lot of things don't creep me out genuinely. A lot of things don't freak me out, scare me, etc. You get it? So a lot of horror movies just nowadays don't really do it for me. Not to mention the fact that horror films just rely on cliche tropes and all this good stuff, or good stuff rather, terrible stuff. So they don't even try, really. I can't really remember when was the last time a movie freaked me out. I mean, I've had fun in some horror films, like for example, The Conjuring 2, which I have a movie review for that as well on our channel. I enjoyed it. Did it scare me? Like, freak me out? Was I like up at night, like whatever? That was really weird. No, honestly, the last film to really do that for me, and I always bring this up whenever I talk about a horror film, is the Blair Witch Project. That film, to me, especially since I grew up on it as a kid, I always thought, especially back then, the internet wasn't as popular, so there was always that is this real type thing, like in the back of your mind. I could still watch that movie till this day and still get goosebumps and get legitimately freaked out. Or like, look around my room and stuff like that. Like, a lot of horror films don't have that effect anymore. There are a couple of films that have been released that are a little bit freaky and stuff like that. And those are the types of films that rely on the less is more aspect. The film that I really enjoyed was It Follows, and you literally don't see what it is. It is just this entity that could be anything that's all up in here. And I find that to be more effective than, say for example, if I draw a scary looking monster. To me, that might be scary, but to somebody else, it might not be. And again, going back to what I just said like a couple of minutes ago, I am very much desensitized to a lot of that stuff. Not to blow smoke up my butt or make me seem like I'm some type of tough guy, because I definitely am not. If a spider crawled on my arm right now, I'd probably jump and scream like a little girl, but I digress. Moving forward, because I just went on a tangent there for no absolute reason whatsoever, Lights Out is a story about a mother who, I'm just going to go right into spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie, get out. I mean, it's in the title. Come back, watch the movie, come back, see what I have to say. So anyways, moving along. The movie is about a mother who, you find out later in the film, was actually in a mental institution when she was a kid. And she befriended this girl named Diana, who had like the skin condition. A lot of people made fun of her, etc., etc. She was just a complete weirdo, off the charts, just freaking wackadoo. Anyways, that was very mean. All these sorts of different crazy stuff start occurring. The movie starts off with this guy. He's in his office, and one of his workers, his employees, sees like a figure in the dark every time she turns the lights on. Which, if I'm not mistaken, that girl, she was in the Lights Out, like, original short film that this director made, like 3 or 4 years back. So it's kind of cool to see that she got like a little cameo and stuff like that. So you find out that this guy that's working in this warehouse, this building or whatever, is actually the father of this child that gets introduced. He was with the mother that befriended this crazy looking girl or whatever. And then you find out, this little kid has a sister who, she moved out from the house a while ago because she couldn't take her mother's antics with this, Diana woman. And you find out, her stepdad like ran away when she was 10 or something like that or whatever. All for good reason, because this woman is a complete freaking psycho nut job. And so we see this character, I forget their names, I honestly don't really care. With her, the only person's name I remember is the boyfriend, whose name was Brett, because I thought for the entire duration of the film his name was Brad. But anyways, so this girl and her boyfriend Brett, you know, they're in their apartment, blah blah blah, whatever. And then she gets a call because her brother hasn't been sleeping for like, you know, the past couple of days, falling asleep in class, etc., etc. So she kind of takes him in for a bit, but she can't because social services, blah blah blah, whatever. So then the mother and the daughter, they have some you know, confrontation, and later on the mother tells the child like, oh, you know, this, that, and the other about Diana, and then later on the sister finds out. I don't know how she didn't find out beforehand that her mother was in a mental institution. The movie was a mess, in my opinion. I didn't like it. I found really nothing good at all about this movie. It's getting good reviews. Granted, I'm no professional movie reviewer myself. There were a couple of cool effects with like the whole light gimmick, but again, it's just a gimmick. I certainly hope that there's not a sequel, because I really don't see if, you know, anything else that they could do with this film, this franchise. Hopefully they don't make it a franchise. I just didn't like it. I didn't really care for the characters. Maybe I'm just a complete a-hole douchebag that I can't relate to any of these horror film characters or like any real characters, you know, in these types of movies. I really don't know what it is. Maybe I have some sort of problem. I don't know. But I really didn't like this movie. Not quite sure what the hype was all about, really. I feel like I'm the only one who disliked this film. Like I said a little bit earlier, there were a couple of cool moments with like the whole light stuff. For instance, these police come in, you know, they hear like some distress call, and they see Diana, and they try shooting at her. But every time they shoot and the flash from the, you know, gun came out, she would disappear, and then when it would go dark, she'd come back. So that happened like a couple of times. I thought that was really cool. And then, you know, a couple other different things with like the whole light thing, which was kind of cool, I guess. But at the same time, it was too gimmicky. I saw where things were going, what was going to happen, what was going to pop out, etc., etc. I'm not sure if my friend liked it. There were a couple of parts that kind of scared him and stuff like that. But overall, I mean, I don't want to say it was a mess. I just don't think that there was really anything special about it at all, really. Just apart from a couple of cool different visuals here and there, I just have to give this movie a D+, really. I don't know. Is whatever. At least the main chick was pretty nice to look at. Wow, that was really douchey. So anyways, post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought of Lights Out. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you feel like you're somewhere in the middle? Anything you want to let me know, shoot a comment down below. Have you seen the original short film that they did? Let me know. Tell me what your thoughts were about that as well. Do you prefer the look of Diana in that short film over the actual theatrical full-length Lights Out? Or, you know, vice versa? Anything you want to, you know, leave it in the comment section down below. Share this video on Facebook, Twitter, whatever social media platform that you guys use. Like this video, let's try and get to like 5 likes at least. Make sure you check the description box down below. You will find the link to our gaming channel, as well as our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So if you want to shout us out, we might even give you a shout back. And make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can be notified whenever we upload a brand new video. And we also have a Green Arrow fan film on the way, so if you guys are interested, make sure you hit that subscribe button. So like, comment, favorite, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching.